2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments to prepare for the game and the task ahead. And let's take a look at the last handful of seasons and the steal numbers for Paul George.
And when you see the tumble his steal totals have taken the last few years, you can see that he's gotten away from playing the kind of gritty, hard-nosed D he was known for. That's an aspect of his game he needs to get back.
And the Clippers starting five. They've got Batum. Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubats in at the center. And for the Lakers, Kyle Kuzma is out there with Morris. And it's Marc Gasol. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Caldwell Pope in at shooting guard. Chris, it doesn't matter if they're two of the best teams in the league or the two worst. When these guys get together, these rivals, it's always fun.
Yeah, Kevin, you're so right. When it's a conference rivalry, that's even better. They know each other so well, and that doesn't make them friends.
And so the Los Angeles Lakers get the first points of the ballgame. George passes to Zubats. Outside for George. Pocket two. Connects from three-point range.
And look how quick on the draw George is. The moment he's got the ball, he's in motion for the shot.
Now here's Schroeder. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against New Orleans.
Yeah, as good of a scorer as he was in that game, he was even a better passer. A lot of assists for him.
George passes to Zubats. It's stolen by Schroeder. Pushing it up. Here's Caldwell Pope. Lakers working the ball around now. It's good from Schroeder on the assist by Caldwell Pope. Schroeder's got 6.
Liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Caldwell Pope kicks it over to Schroeder. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. And he lays it straight in. 8 points for him.
And early on, they look great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
And it's contagious. Caldwell Pope with the foul. That's his first foul. Kennard, he's checked in for Paul George. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Leonard attacking.
And when Kuzma is motivated on defense, it helps big time. He needs to be more consistent on this end.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
And it just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Clippers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. When Kuzma first entered the league, the Lakers were a rebuilding team. Now, Greg, he's one of the more experienced pieces on this team.
And Kuzma's made the most of it, switching to a learning role. Tries to absorb as much as he can from the vets. And he does everything he can to pick their brain and improve on those little things in terms of championship caliber basketball.
Now, here's Kuzma. He's coming off a 16-point game against New Orleans. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Oh, man, and Jackson is terrific at playing both ends of the floor, and his trademark quickness really putting forth a great effort on defense to come away with that steal.
Here's Gasol. Schroeder passes to Gasol. That one good for 2.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now, here's Zubats. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Spurs in San Antonio.
And don't leave out his rebounding. He had a big impact in that game with all his effort on the glass.
Here's Schroeder. The Clippers getting the bucket. Kuzma kicks it over to Schroeder. To the middle. Back to Gasol. And Gasol slams it in.
Yeah, right to the rim. But once Gasol gets this close, he commits to flush.
Leonard, the pass to Zubats. Now, here's Kennard. Leonard looking around. The pass to Zubats. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Zubats has got his second bucket tonight.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
Schroeder passes to Gasol. Back to Schroeder. 6 on the shot clock. To the inside. Here's Gasol. Trying to get open is Kuzma. And again, it's Marc Gasol. Gasol's got 6.
The soft touch of Gasol. I mean, outstanding in close. He lets the ball glide off his fingertips.
Outside Jackson. Pass to Kennard. Pass to Leonard. Inside. Takes a 3. The rebound by Caldwell Pope. Gasol with it. Passes it to Schroeder. Shoots over Leonard. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. A big-time effort for Dennis Schroeder, providing. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well-balanced. This team lives it.
We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports and always exciting. And what stands out to you from the Lakers in this one?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
Markieff Morris is out there with Montrezl Harrell. Then it's Matthews, and it's Horton Tucker in at the small forward. That's the Laker 5. The pass to Caruso. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And George kicks to Williams. Pass to George. From outside, off the mark.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Harrell, the pass to Matthews. Here's Caruso. He's guarded by Williams. And that one's good, Caruso. Caruso's got the lead up to 7 now for the Lakers.
I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
Williams dishes to George. To the middle. Matthews with the steal. And here's the fast break. Here's Caruso. He's guarded by Williams. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. And here's what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Lakers. On Thursday, they'll face off against Ben Simmons and the Philadelphia 76ers. Then on Friday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Down low and stolen by Harrell. And Matthews kicks to Caruso. Matthews passes to Harrell. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And the Lakers with possession here. Back to Matthews. Clock at 6. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Matthews controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Pass to Morris. Feeds it to Patterson. Great D that time from Harrell.
The D making that layup look very uncomfortable for him. Good aggressive work down low.
And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up In a preseason game, we played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. Fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious.
Now here's Schroeder following the shot by Patrick Patterson. Another shot, kicks it out to Schroeder. They get it back. Harrell the pass to Schroeder. Goes up with it again. A putback. Harrell on the foul. And the Lakers lead by 11.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Batum passes to Jackson. Takes it out to Leonard. Passes to Kennard. Clippers moving the ball around. Here's Zubac. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Zubac has got 6.
This is the kind of teammate Batum is. You like seeing him share it like this.
Lakers leading by 9. Caldwell Pope feeling it out of it. Schroeder outside. And there's the pass to Harrell. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
There's Jackson with the 3. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
The catch and shoot, Jay, is lethal when used correctly. Easy to see why Jackson likes it so much.
The drive by Schroeder. And the rejection by Zubac. And it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here. And the Lakers making a change here. Gasol's checked in. And a switch here also for the Clippers. George is checked in. Outside Gasol. To the paint. Tries from 7. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
He just can't find the touch this quarter. He's got to keep grinding, though, and looking for the best shot possible.
Leonard. And it's the Clippers scoring again.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And we are not going to halftime just yet. Officials signaling they are going to review the tape.
And to me, guys, it looks pretty clear-cut on the inside.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. It was Dennis Schroeder setting the pace in the first quarter. He had 12 points, 3 assists, and 1 steal. And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. One guy who's been getting it done is Dennis Schroeder.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Paul George. And it's Zubac in at the 5. Schroeder looking around to the inside. Here's Gasol, and finished off by Gasol.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
The coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy baskets like this.
Here's Leonard. He's an offensive force, averaging nearly 26 points a game. Trying to find Batum. He's got it now. Jackson passes to Zubac. Batum with the ball. Jackson down low. He's guarded by Schroeder. That one's good. The Laker lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Jackson. Lakers shooting has been just outrageous. 64% from the field to this point. Jackson against Schroeder. Number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
Outside Jackson. This is to Batum. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, you see the athleticism George had on that dunk. It's so quick and explosive. Gets to the rim in an instant.
Here's Schroeder. That counts. He's put up 13 shots, and he's had 8 of those go in.
His individual effort has been outstanding tonight, and it's helped him grab the lead.
Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession. And the Lakers with some changes. Matthews, he's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Alex Caruso in for Dennis Schroeder. Here's Caruso. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Matthews into the lane. There's the dish to Gasol. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And the Clippers making a switch here. Morris is checked in. Clippers trail by 5. Outside Jackson. Here's Mann, guarded by Kuzma. And the basket by Oturu. Oturu's got his first basket of the night.
It hasn't taken them any time to find their rhythm in the second half. 4 for 4 from the field already.
Here's Caruso. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Here's Mann. Count it, and the foul. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Pass to Caruso. And it's blocked. Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
George with the bucket.
And I love the floor spacing George gives you. His range seems to extend a little every year.
Down low. Here's Caruso. Offensive struggles continue, missing again.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
Outside for George. Inside. Oturu's shot is off. Lakers trail by 4. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. To the middle, it's stolen by Morris. Finished off the break. Harrell's got the game tied up here for the Lakers.
Possessing great mobility at his size, Harrell runs the floor like a deer.
George looking over the floor. Morris passes to Oturu. Back to Morris for the 3. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams. Some changes for the Lakers. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Morris. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Wesley Matthews. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Alex Caruso. Schroeder dishes to Harrell. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's Caldwell Pope. George trying to break free. And there's Caldwell Pope. That's good on the assist by Harrell.
And Caldwell Pope just blows past defenders with his speed. Just a sensational finisher all around the bucket.
Leonard on the wing. Pass to George. From deep three-point range. Misses the shot. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Lakers ahead, up by... And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Here's Schroeder. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. So for the Lakers right now, we've got Dennis Schroeder. Harrell is out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Horton Tucker in at the three. Williams passes to Jackson. Now Zubac launches it. A rebound by the Lakers. Harrell's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Caldwell-Pope with a wide open look. No good with the triple. Clippers trail by 4. Williams passes to Leonard. He kicks to Patterson. Leonard inside. It's not going to go for him. And it's the Lakers the other way. To the inside. Schroeder finds Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. The drive by Jackson. And the layup's good off the glass.
Well, even when Jackson gets bodied on the drive, he finishes the job. What persistent from the point guard.
About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Here's Schroeder. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Leonard kicks to Jackson. Back to Patterson. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Williams.
And, you know, you go back to that horrific leg injury in Vegas back in 2014, and Paul George hasn't just made it back to the NBA. He's come back a better player.
Schroeder against Jackson. And that one's good. Schroeder.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Jackson dishes to George. Jackson passes to Patterson. It's Caldwell-Pope with the drive. He feeds it to Gasol. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Clippers trail by 4. Outside Jackson. Passes it to Leonard. He dishes it to Patterson. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got his 4th assist in this one.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Yeah, but defensively, neither side has been able to adjust, and that's reflected in the score.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
The Clippers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Alex Caruso is checked in for the Lakers.
And guys, George takes pride in hitting big shots. Just get him the ball and let him do his thing.
As confident as it gets at the line. He wants to be up there in the tight ball.
Caruso gets it over to Schroeder. Stolen by George. Leonard, the pass to Batum. Oh, and they take the lead.
And these big shots are ones Batum hits all the time. He is so calm in these moments.
And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. They trail by 1. And he converts the layup. Schroeder's got 24. Game winding down, and they just keep changing leads.
And guys, no separation yet, and I really don't think we're going to see any all the way down.
George passes to Patterson. Back to George. Drops the first one, and that ties the game up. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. And so making both free throws, that'll give them the lead here.
And nice there. He does not waste those opportunities. Just what they needed with this game still in doubt.
And the pass to Gasol. And finished off by Gasol.
You can see why they give the ball to Gasol. I mean, he's phenomenal decision-making down the stretch. A clutch performance.
Leonard attacking. Outside for George. Pass to Zubac. Stolen away. And now here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break. It's in!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hands. They thought they could count on him to make crucial shots.
Jackson in the corner. Here's George. Kicks it out to Leonard. Up top, Zubac. Back to Leonard. Shot clock at 5. There's the triple. They get the rebound. It's good on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
There's 10 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Schroeder outside. Oh, wow, unable to get a shot off in time, and they turn it over. A very unfortunate time there to pick up a shot clock violation. And Tyronn Lue wants a timeout. What do you think, guys?
Not sure they have enough time for the catch and shoot here. Only hope is to try for a tip in off the inbound. They've got their work cut out for them on this possession.
And now let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Dennis Schroeder.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
For the land of the free.
Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. And we've got Steve Smith and Greg Anthony at the GA. It's
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. We've got Robert Covington. He's out there with Derek Jones. Damian Lillard out there with Enes Kanter. And it's Trent in at the shooting guard position. And for the Clippers, we've got Luke Kennard. Batuma's out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in at the 1 spot. With COVID shortening the season and the schedule, Steve, being tinkered with, do you think the NBA will make permanent changes to the season schedule?
Kevin, I don't think so. When everything gets back to normal, I think we'll be at 82 games and starting, like we usually do in October, September for games. I just think the NBA has done a fantastic job of being able to adapt to this situation.
Back to Leonard. The pass to Zubac. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. 5 to shoot. Leonard, the pass to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
I mean, a great look by Kawhi, aware of what the defense is trying to do. Understands the spacing.
Here's Lillard. And he gets the whistle. 2 for... And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Beautiful stroke, a direct result of all the hard work Leonard's put in.
Lillard against Jackson. And the basket by Lillard.
Talented, driven. He puts constant pressure on your defense.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Jackson kicks to Zubac. Down low. Outside for Jackson. Pass to Batum. To the paint. Here's Zubac. That one doesn't go. Good D by Covington. Lillard with it. And Batum picks him up defensively. Lillard misses. The Clippers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You take a look at Los Angeles. The season well underway, and they've been solid in 3rd right now. And, of course, the Trailblazers a few slots below them.
And when you look at Portland, they were a team that no one knew quite what to make of entering the season. But as the years gone on, it's become clear they're legit contenders.
I think it's safe to say that, for sure. They found their identity this season, and their confidence has only been building as the season has gone on.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Lillard attacking and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And when Lillard sees an opening, he takes full advantage, skilled at drawing contact.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Paul George, he's checked in for Leonard. And it's Williams in for Jackson. Here's George, and he makes good on the layup.
Smooth off the bounce with the strength to finish through contact. Paul George showing us how it's done.
And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That's his first foul. Los Angeles making a switch here. Mann's checked in. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Giles checked in for Kanter. Little comes in for Rodney Hood. And it's Simons in for Lillard.
just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Williams passes to Patterson. Here's Mann. Passes it to Williams. In the corner, George with it. Patterson inside. The kick out to Williams. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
No hesitation on the catch and shoot. Lou Will is confident in his ability to capitalize on jumpers.
Simons the pass to Giles. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. Giles has got his second bucket of the night. Morris outside. Dishes to Patterson. Pass to Mann. George with the ball. Inside. Here's Patterson. The rebound by Giles. Portland trailing here. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. And Portland again with the bucket. There's 42 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Poke loose. Here's Simon. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
George dishes to Patterson. Outside for George. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Portland Trail Blazers from deep. That shot is no good. And he's 1 for 3 from the floor. Stolen by McCollum. Out of bounds. The Clippers take possession. Mann passes to George. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. George has got 6.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. The Clippers on top, leading by just 2. And back.
What we've learned is staying together,
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
This is exactly what you want to see if you're a coach. Your team starting fast and playing with confidence.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Patrick Patterson is out there with Morris. Then it's Williams. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Mann in at the point guard. Simons surveying the D. Williams with the steal. Outside Leonard. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Leonard's got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers. McCollum outside. Here's the 3. Covington. And Covington stays with it. Covington's got his first points in this one.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a 6th sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well. And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
And Kanter able to finish. Kanter's got his second bucket of the night.
And usually amongst the leaders in the offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points off misses.
And Nicholas Batum with the slam.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end.
Lillard misses. Los Angeles leading by 8. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Outside for Batum. Kennard for 3. The shot, no good. And it's Portland the other way, coming off that loss against the Nets.
Yeah, in that one, the shot selection wasn't terrible, but they had to tighten it up. It did not happen.
They never really got into a rhythm, despite trying a few different things. Sometimes it's just not your night.
The pass to Kennard. Batum against Covington. Kennard kicks to Jackson. Pass to Leonard. 5 on the clock. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And while we can, let's have a look at the 2K leaderboard to find out who have been the most efficient scorers in the NBA this month. Second, Ivica Zubac.
It would be hard to imagine him shooting the ball much better than he has. He has been on fire.
Here's Lillard. Up again. And Cantor able to finish. Cantor's got 8 points.
Hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. And that one is good from Zubac.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Jackson against Lillard. Leonard with the steal. Leonard on the wing. Over Jones. No good off the back of the rim. Trailblazers trail by 6. Lillard from deep three-point land. From beyond the arc and then some. He has 7.
Hitting only 1 of 5 this quarter. He's in a little bit of a slump, but it looks like he's trying to shoot his way out of it.
Outside Jackson to the inside. Zubac the pass to Leonard. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Lillard from outside. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
You know what it is? That's good advanced scouting. They knew what they were in for, and they were ready.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Let him decide whether to shoot it, whether to pass it. He's your catalyst right now.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At the end of the period, they were up.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
He's definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
On the floor for Portland. At the 2 and the 3, McCollum and Little. Giles is out there with Anthony, and it's Simons in at the 1. Pass to Anthony. To the middle, here's Giles, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Giles has got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Trailblazers. And George, here we go. Count that one.
Slippery play by Paul George to get inside. He ends up right where he wanted to be for the shot.
McCollum against George. For three. McCollum, no good.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
And his rhythm, it's been way off. The goal now might be to get him something easy at the rim so he can just see the ball go in through the net, and that helps.
Pass to Giles. Back to McCollum. Lets it go from deep. Oturu with the rebound.
You know, we talk a lot about scoring efficiency. He's displaying the exact opposite.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
McCollum fires from way outside. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
I don't think the range surprises anyone anymore. CJ can shoot the lights out from any position.
Here's Oturu. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Oturu's got his first points of the game.
Doing great things at the offensive end. 3 for 4 to start this half.
And the shot goes down.
If there's a weakness in your defense, McCollum will find it. Reads the floor exceptionally well.
Stolen. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Finishes the break with a slam.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Here's Williams. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Williams has got 5 now.
Firing on all cylinders here in the third. Only one miss in 5 attempts.
And here's McCollum for 3. The shot will not fall. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
I can see he's pressing a little now, trying desperately to help them shrink this deficit.
And it's good for 2.
Using his athleticism in the paint, Lou beats everyone to the punch.
And here's McCollum for 3. Drops in the tray. 10 points for him.
Here we go, his second made from beyond the arc in the second half after having no such luck in the first.
Over in the corner, Williams. Back to Morris. And there's the pass to Oturu. He gets that one. Hey, Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Pass to Anthony. It's McCollum on the wing. Over George. Offensive rebound.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 4-point game. Man passes to Oturu. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. For the Trailblazers. Trailblazers trail by 4. Lillard, right side. Jones, no one around him. Off target from 3-point range.
Got to run the clock and wait for the last shot.
Yes, you do, but it's a dilemma. If you get a great look earlier in the clock, do you take it? That's the pass you want. Orchestrating the offense, creating for others.
That's a 2 from Lillard, and good. Got the English that time as it falls. Lillard's got 12 points in the game. Outside, Batum. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Clippers lead by 4. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player
who's got this ability to find.
You know, it takes good vision and it takes good decision making right there. He showed both, and he did so at a very high level.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. We've got Reggie Jackson. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Zubats in at the 5 down low. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Trent's checked in. Zubats kicks to Jackson. Patterson dishes to Leonard. Outside for Jackson. Just 3 to shoot. Leonard the pass to Kennard. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Portland trailing here. Here's Lillard. Over Jackson. And Portland again with the bucket.
And he can score from all over the court. But Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area. But sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
Guys, some great passing from them.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
Talented, opportunistic. When Leonard gets hot, it can last for long stretches.
Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
Here's Zubats, and he banks in the layup. And the Clippers lead by 2.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
Lillard against Jackson. Lillard scanning the floor. Again, the miss by Lillard.
Not in rhythm. He had the 2 triples in the first half, none so far in the second.
To the paint, here's Zubats. And that one is off. Good D by Covington. Leonard with the steal. Jackson passes to Zubats. 2 free throws coming up, and yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Terry Stotts just went over his game plan with his team. He said we're too concerned with their shooters right now. We've got to close off the inside. They are gutting us. We pleaded with his guys. Come on, let's take a stand. Kevin?
Shot is good when the Los Angeles leads. Cut down to just 1 on the basket from Lillard. Williams looking over the floor. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Kennard, the pass to Zubats. Back to Kennard. Three-pointer. Nailed from three-point land. Kennard's got his first 3 points of the game.
A fantastic competitor. The bigger the moment, the more Kennard wants the ball.
And shot on the way. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
He lives for moments like this because he wants to be the guy to hit the clutch shot.
Now, here's Kennard. He started closer and out of bounds as the Trailblazers gained possession.
Oh, my goodness, he's kicking himself. You know, that's a critical time to commit a turnover. No telling how that error will ultimately play out.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. A.J. McCollum, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Lillard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You know, Dame loves to test the defense like that, runs up against it, and then outworks them.
So both teams making some changes here.
He is absolutely the guy you want at the line in that situation. It just shows you how much he loves these moments.
And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
A different look for the Clippers. Paul George comes in to Luke Kennard. And it's Williams in for Jackson.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
It's McCollum on the wing, defended by George. That shot wide open. McCollum's got it all tied up now for Portland.
How about the fearlessness of McCollum? Doesn't shy away from taking or making the big shots.
Outside, Williams passes it to George. Down low. Oturu, the pass to George. Jacks up a three. Rebounded by Anthony. And it's Anthony with the ball for the Trailblazers.
Good! Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Over in the corner, Williams. Outside, Batum. Pass to Oturu. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. He's able to hit the second one, and that narrows the gap to 1. And here are the Trailblazers. They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Good!
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through. Looking to tie it up with a big triple.
This is where you want to run a play. Don't just walk it up and heave it.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Harry Giant. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. And so he hits both. 5 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And an intentional foul right there.
He had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
Rodney Hood has good size at 6'8". Really uses his frame well to get his shots off. Huge shots. Tremendous job stepping up in a big way for them at the stripe.
And the Clippers call time here. They trail by 3. 1 second left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And only one choice here. They need a 3. I'm sure he's going to sub in all of his best shooters. Under 2 seconds remaining. It has to be a catch-and-shoot 3 if they hope to tie it.
And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
A look at the Lakers as they got off the team bus after arriving at the arena. And nothing.
Well, guys,
He's certainly come a long way, D.A. Thanks. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for him.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Matthews out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then it's Montrezl Harrell. Then there's Markieff Morris. And it's Gasol at the 5. And for the Trailblazers, Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Trent in at the shooting guard position. Now Schroeder after the missed 3 from Damian Lillard. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
That's his first personal foul.
And the background of how the whole coach's challenge rule came into effect started back a few years ago. G League tried it out. They had it in the Summer League, and I think it's a great advancement.
Well, there's no doubt how proactive the league, Greg, has been in identifying new ways to ensure the officiating is as good as it can be. This seemed to be really just part of the natural progression. And it adds, in fact, even a bit of an additional interest level as well. Lillard, and then Lillard schemes it in.
Boy, I love watching Lillard turn on the Jets using that astounding speed to blaze past the defender.
And that one's good. Schroeder. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Here's Kanter. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Kanter gives your team found points off misses.
Now here's Schroeder. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against New Orleans.
And boy, did he have it going offensively. He lived at the line during that game as well, and that's where he got a lot of those points.
Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
And you look at Robert Covington, first-team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
You know, he looks a little off-kilter to me this quarter, still trying to find his rhythm.
And he uses the glass on the layup. Schroeder's got his second bucket of the game to go. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. And Covington may be not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen him.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player. Can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throw of the evening.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
That's been one of the strongest aspects of this team this season. I mean, there have been very few off nights for them at the free throw line.
Now here's Schroeder. His scoring average sitting at 15 points a game right now. That's a pretty sizable contribution. And it's Harrell missing. Trailblazers have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Lillard against Schroeder. Lillard attacking. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. It's going to go on Markieff Morris.
And no stopping Lillard. Excellent at staying in control no matter what the D throws at him.
Matthews against McCollum. It's stolen by Jones. And now Lillard pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Matthews scanning the floor. Passes to Caruso. Six to shoot. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
And And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Harry Giles is checked in for Enes Kanter. Little comes in for Derek Jones. And it's Simons in for Lillard. And the basket by McCollum.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
McCollum against Caldwell Pope. Morris, no good.
I think he'll think twice about attempting that shot next time. The defense was right on top of him there.
Here's Little. That's in there. Anthony with the assist.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Yeah, you got to turn up the dial on the intensity at the defensive end if you're them. I mean, it's still early, but I agree with you.
Out of bounds, Portland takes possession. We have got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
And there's the foul. We're going Alex Caruso. That is his first foul of the game. McCollum fires from way outside. Offline with his three. And it's Kuzma with the ball for Los Angeles. It's a 10-point game. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
Well, last time out, they got the win in large part because of the play of their bench, and they provided a lot of the scoring punch.
Yeah, and you know what? I expect them to go deep into the bench again tonight to give those guys on the bench a chance to have an expanded role, but also to give those starters some rest.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Deep two from Anthony. Morris with the rebound.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
It's stolen by Little. Pass to Simons. The finish. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for Portland. He got... Damian Lillard told us before the game, when asked how he's...
Humble beginnings. You know, I'm from a tough place.
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a five-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a closer look here at the hustle stance for the Trailblazers.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Portland, Anthony is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Rodney Hood, and it's Simons in at the point guard. Out to Hood. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Covington. Anthony trying to get open. Covington with the bucket. Covington's got the lead up to 10 now for Portland. Caruso looking for an opening. And Harrell slams it in.
Yeah, just showcasing his agility in these sets. Harrell's IQ and knowing when to slash is impressive.
Here's Simons. He gives a bit of a scoring lift to the team, averaging 8 points a game.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Marcus All's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Matthews comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Alex Caruso. Portland leading by 8. Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
Here's Schroeder following the score by Damian Lillard. Schroeder finds Gasol to the middle. Excellent D there from Anthony.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Now, we have seen continued growth with the NBA's affiliated leagues the last few years. Think about the explosion in popularity of the WNBA, the Basketball Africa League, expansion of the 2K League, greater pay in the WNBA and the G League pathway, along with the unionization of G League players. The league continues to show its commitment to expanding opportunities on multiple levels. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David.
And how about Lillard just being aggressive here on offense? He can heat up quickly, just super efficient, and a high IQ score.
Now here's Schroeder. 6 points for him. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
And there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table. But in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are three names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. Robert Covington's checked in for Portland. Here's Schroeder. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
For Los Angeles, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. Fires from the wing. And again, it's Portland converted.
And if you look at the stats for unassisted jump shot percentage, Lillard is always around the top. He can drain those pull-up jumpers as well as anybody in our league.
Now, here's Gasol. He averages about 5 points a game. Covington with the steal. And here's the fast break. Moving it up. And Jones skims it home.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
Here's Schroeder. 8 points for him. Outside for Gasol. Outside Matthews. Pass to Schroeder. Here's Gasol. 6 on the shot clock. Stolen by Cantor. Three-pointer, Lillard. Cantor. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Cantor's got the lead up to 14 now for the Trailblazers.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Schroeder passes to Gasol. Kicks it out to Schroeder. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And that one, good. Lillard scanning the floor. And so it's Portland up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. Portland came out ready to play. An exceptional game plan helped them open with a... And that'll about do it as we...
And with the big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Taking a look at the Lakers. We've got Dennis Schroeder. Marc Gasol is out there with Harrell. Then it's Matthews. And it's Morris in at the 3 slot. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. Lakers shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. And so he hits the technical free throw. Schroeder with the ball. Now Covington defending. Count it. Gasol's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Yeah, just showing off that strength in that upper body. Gasol is able to overpower the defender inside.
Lillard from outside. He can't hit that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Schroeder kicks to Gasol. And he jams it with authority.
Gasol is one of the best passers in the league. I mean, in his position, there aren't many better. Excellent at scanning the floor and finding the open man.
Great positioning on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
And stolen by Lillard. And now Jones running the floor all by himself. And Jones with the stuff.
Well, you have to respect the quickness of Lillard now, because he's excellent at using his hands to complement those quick feet to come up with steals.
It's stolen by Jones. And here again, the Trailblazers in transition. Up the court they go. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stop.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Schroeder, a shot off that time. Good work defensively by Lillard. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. Anthony's checked in for Portland. Collin comes in for Lillard. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Horton Tucker's checked in. The 3 from McCollum. Cancer dishes to McCollum. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. And the Trailblazers lead by 18.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media form when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
There's the pass to Harrell. Here's Horton Tucker. Just 5 to shoot. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here, and he gets it to go. Harrell's got his 2nd bucket.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Trailblazers.
McCollum against Schroeder. Launches a 3. It's rebounded by Schroeder.
We know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide-open look.
And there's Harrell. That's good on the assist by Gasol. Harrell's got his 3rd basket of the night. It's McCollum on the wing. From outside the arc, the 3-pointer is right on target.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Yeah, you got that right. I mean, you got it real right. They are lighting it up from beyond the arc this half.
Schroeder outside. They get it again. Harrell the pass to Schroeder. Over McCollum. And it's Schroeder missing. Here's the Trailblazers with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Lakers trail by 19. C.J. McCollum comes up with the rebound.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Cantor finds McCollum. Rebound the Lakers.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, they've got to hold for the last shot here.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
A three from McCollum. Again, McCollum missing. Lets it fly from 18. No good there. And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers closing out the quarter with a 20. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. They've got Enes Kanter. Anthony is out there with Derek Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Simons in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That is his first foul of the game. Your son, Cole Gregg, was one of the top high school players in America. A lot of services had him number 1. Talk about what it was like going through the recruiting process as a dad.
You know, it was fun for the most part because he really kind of kept everything in perspective. And the teams we dealt with, the schools we dealt with, man, they were all top-notch. So that process, about as enjoyable as one could ask for. But at the same time, it's still stressful, man. That's still your little guy getting ready to head off to college.
Well, you're a dad and a proud one at that. Morris dishes to Matthews. Lays it up off the glass. Matthews has got his first bucket in this one.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
You got to love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
And there's the foul. It goes on Wesley Matthews. That is his first foul of the game. And the Lakers making a change here. Antetokounmpo's checked in. Passes it to Lillard. There's the 3. Kuzma pulls it in.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
Banked in off the glass.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Now here's Lillard. Defense right on him. And so it's Matthews with it, bringing it up now for Los Angeles. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Lillard outside.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Caruso, no good. Portland leading by 14. Lets it go from the wing. Again, the miss by Lillard.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Here's Caruso. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Pitch works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Harry Giles. And Robert Covington subbed in for Anthony. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Los Angeles. Jones finds Lillard. And stolen by Kuzma. Fast break, the Lakers. Here's Caldwell Pope, and Jones sends it back. And that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for the Trailblazers.
C.J. McCollum.
On defense, the Trailblazers. They have yet to put up any points here in the fourth.
And all of a sudden, that great run makes this a ball game again. And now is no time to take your foot off the gas. They have got to stay aggressive.
I think they will. I mean, they're close enough to taste it. So they're going to keep that pressure on and keep coming at it.
Gets the three-pointer to fall. Lillard's got 24.
And in getting that three to go, he snaps an 11-0 run by Los Angeles.
Feeds to Antetokounmpo. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Three-pointer, Lillard. Covington passes to Lillard. Baseline jumper. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Trailblazers lead by 14.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He was just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Cantor against Antetokounmpo to the paint. The Schroeder hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
That kind of deficit, I think they're going about it the right way. I mean, they've got to get aggressive on defense. They need stops. And then you got to take care of the basketball at the other end so you get a good shot every trip.
No free throws good from Lillard. Greg, you know, we're seeing players take control of their free agent destiny. Do players get a bad rap for that and switching teams?
Listen, I don't know if you get a bad rap, but you're going to catch the wrath of the fan base. You think of Paul George in Indy or KD in OKC, and fans, they're going to feel jilted. There's no doubt about it. They're going to feel scorned.
Yeah, and the basket by McCollum.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
And, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Here's Caruso. That one misses. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. 22 is their biggest lead. Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to McCollum. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. No good on the three. Schroeder with the ball. Kuzma passes to Schroeder. From deep. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For
Series 2 packs. Headlined by Dark Matter Kevin Garnett, Galaxy Opal Larry Bird, and Galaxy Opal Paul Pierce, these packs have a little bit of everything. Plus, the final Golden Age and Modern Age hero cards have officially been added to their agenda.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Our cameras caught the Clippers arriving at their building and coming through the tunnel with a lot of style and confidence. Look, and with
Kevin, thanks.
Thanks, David. Greg, we've got two terrific highlight-making teams, both athletic in so many ways.
You know, it makes me hearken all the way back to college, and one of my teammates, Stacey Ogden, one of the greatest athletes I ever played alongside. But we're going to see a lot of his impact in tonight's game.
And now the Lakers starting group. Morris is out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Then it's Marc Gasol. And it's Schroeder in at the point guard. And for the Clippers, they've got Batum. Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubac in at the 5, roaming the paint.
How about Paul George? Puts it on the deck, uses that explosive quickness. This guy is really hard to contain.
It's Schroeder with the drive. It's good. And here's Jackson. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Caldwell-Pope against George. Count the basket.
Boy, that open look set up by Kawhi Leonard, that's probably the most underrated aspect of his game.
Caldwell-Pope kicks to Kuzma. Back to Caldwell-Pope. Inside, Paul George with the steal. Fast break, here we go. Here's Zubac. That one goes. Count it. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd, and that's obviously easier said than done.
I'll tell you this, it looked like they wanted to get out of town as quickly as possible. The problem is their defense went with them.
And here's George for three. Kuzma pulls it in. Lakers have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Back to Gasol. It's Kuzma penetrating.
Wow, what a find. Marc Gasol, one of the best passing big men in the league.
Outside Jackson. Outside for George. It's tipped. And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at the Clippers. Right now they've compiled the 3rd best record in the conference. And checking out the Lakers, a half game back.
And when I look at the Lakers, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
Yeah, even so, though, I'm sure they're not satisfied just being near the top of the standings. They're going to be looking to make a major push as the season winds down.
Schroeder with the ball. George picks him up. Schroeder against Zubac. That's good from Schroeder on the assist by Morris.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start.
George passes to Zubac. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. To the inside. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. Here's Schroeder. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
And the dunk by Zubac.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
Schroeder surveying the floor. Pass to Gasol. And Gasol slams it in.
And a hard finish there, guys.
Yeah, and only one hand needed for that one. Gasol with the steal. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. And this is a good time to bring you a rundown of the hottest three-point bombers from the shooting guard position over the course of the last 10 games. Second is Reggie Jackson.
These guys are gunners. I mean, they've got the green light at all times because of their three-point shooting. I mean, they are cash money.
You don't want to get into a three-point contest with any of these players. The range we see among that group is beyond belief. Even against the tightest of coverage, no shot is a bad shot for any of them.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And George, here we go. And it's George finishing it off.
Don't sleep on Paul George's verticality. How nice was that finish?
43 seconds left to play here in the first. Schroeder, and the layup's good off the glass. Schroeder's got 14.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Jackson with it. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And the dunk by Zubac.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Schroeder, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Now here's Schroeder. And the rejection by Zubac. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Lakers on top, up by 4. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing in the game?
playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, we've got Montrezl Harrell. Morris is out there with Matthews, and it's Caruso in at the point guard position. Here's Harrell. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Harrell's got the lead up to 6 now for the Lakers.
Guys, not much more a defender can do in that situation. Harrell with the focus and the strength to just power through the contact.
Here's Leonard. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Pass to man. Kicks it out to Leonard. A 3-ball. Sinks the three-pointer. Leonard's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, Kawhi Leonard put in the time to become a big-time threat from range. That is beautiful.
Caruso, the pass to Matthews. There's the feed to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Leonard finds Williams. And yes, it's good. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player.
3 terrific kids, you're right. Patterson is checked in for the Clippers. Luke Kennard comes in for Leonard. Williams attacking. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Boy, when Patrick Patterson doesn't shy away from contact, he is so effective. This guy's solid at the line.
And the Clippers making a change here. George is checked in. Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Caruso looking for an opening. Horton Tucker, the pass to Morris. He kicks it to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
Montrezl Harrell has great mobility and tenacity off the dribble drive. Okay, Trez.
To the middle, here's Patterson, and it's Patterson finishing it off.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
Here's Horton Tucker. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
And here's George for 3. Morris with the rebound. Lakers leading by 5. And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Harrell against Morris. Harrell, that's good.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Patterson passes to man. Back to Patterson. Over Harrell. Patterson can't get it to go. And Caruso's got the ball here for the Lakers. And it's Harrell missing. Clippers trail by 7. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Man can't hit. It's stolen by Morris. Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's Patterson, and it's Patterson finishing it off.
Well, you take all doubt out of the equation. Patterson throws it down the course.
Here's Caruso. Patterson defending. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And George, here we go. Patterson, that's good.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
They play the clock right, then go 2 for 1.
just got to time it up right.
Morris dishes to Matthews. In the corner, Harrell with it. Lets the three fly. That shot is off. The Clippers go the other way with it. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
Yeah, proficiency from range, away from home, much easier said than done. They played a terrific ball game.
And I think it was clear that their plan was to attack from the three-point line, and it worked to perfection.
Morris passes to Harrell, and he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
How about the vision of Markieff Morris? Hits the open man, has a good feel for the game. Boy, this guy can do a lot of things.
Can't hit from in close.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers bringing the quarter to a close.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K. It was Dennis Schroeder setting the pace in the first quarter. He had 16 points. And that'll do it for our halftime report.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. One guy who's been getting it done is Dennis Schroeder.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
We got Kawhi Leonard. Morris is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Kennard in at the three spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Jackson against Schroeder. And Gasol able to finish. Gasol's got the lead up to 7 now for the Lakers.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Down low, Patterson. Jackson trying to break free. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they're forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed. But it's always existed. And the reality is this. You become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the Mobile One block.
And when you're behind in the game, that's what you've got to do. Contest every shot.
Leonard inside. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope.
You can see the kind of savvy Kawhi Leonard plays with. This guy makes the defense commit and gets himself to the foul line.
The Clippers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
Stolen by Jackson. He's got a clear path. Here's Morris, and Morris throws it down.
Well, this is why it helps to have a big man capable of sprinting the floor. Marcus Morris solid at getting to the right spots.
Schroeder passes to Gasol. And the layup falls. Gasol's got 8 points.
Boy, that's 3 for 4 this half. You like that they're starting with a little bit of extra energy. Nice.
And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. A different look for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Patterson. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Williams in for Reggie Jackson.
And the next one puts him in the bunker.
George is checked in for the Clippers. Gasol with the defensive effort.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
Caldwell Pope passes to Kaycock. Inside. Feeds it to Gasol. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Boy, excellent start to this second half. They've missed just once in 5 attempts.
Here's George. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
Well, we know that Paul George understands there's a certain point in the game when he's got to take over, and he's doing it now.
Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. Schroeder outside. And foul on the shot. So, folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
High post, Zubats. Williams passes to Zubats. The kick out to Williams. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Lou Williams is the all-time leader in points off the bench, but don't sleep on his passing game. What an assist.
Schroeder dishes to Antetokounmpo. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The Lakers have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
He hits the second from the line. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Clippers. It's a 5-point game. After this one, they're off to San Antonio to take on the Spurs. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Schroeder against Williams. And that one's good. Schroeder.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
George against Caldwell Pope. Zubats the pass to George. Second chance shot, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Caldwell Pope. It's his first trip to the line. The free throw drops for Zubats. Reggie Jackson is checked in for Williams. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
Schroeder outside. Now the pass to Antetokounmpo. He gets it in there.
Well, coaches love seeing this from Dennis Schroeder. Recognize the situation, find the open teammate.
Batum passes to Kennard. Back to Batum. Passes it to Zubats. And he lays it straight in. Zubats has got 4 this quarter.
I'll tell you, allow him to get to a spot, and it's over, right? Defense unable to even challenge the shot.
Here's Schroeder. Score the basket for his 10th make. 10 for 12. 83% accuracy.
Well, the Dennis Schroeder show is cooking on all cylinders right now. The defense has no answer.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. George passes to Zubats. Over onto Antetokounmpo. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the Lakers get called for the foul. And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Well, it's amazing. If you finish quarters the right way, it can have such a great impact on the outcome of a game.
Batum scanning the floor. And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game, and both teams putting up points in a hurry. Lakers While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Taking a look at the Lakers. Montrezl Harrell is out there with Markieff Morris. And it's Matthews, and it's Horton Tucker in at the small forward. Rebound by Harrell.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Clippers with the ball. Clippers trail by 3. Here's George. Now the dish to Patterson. Jackson kicks to Morris. Outside for George. It's stolen by Morris. Here's Horton Tucker. Defended by George. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
What a story for Markieff Morris, taking exactly 1 pick before his twin brother Marcus back in 2011.
For the Clippers, Mann's checked in, and it's Williams in for Paul George. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He really got after him in the huddle. He said, look, you can rest after the game. You got to put it all out there if you want to win this one. Back to you guys.
And they're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
Outside Jackson, at the elbow Williams. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Jackson passes to Patterson. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Well, I think this is where they'd like to see Patrick Patterson be effective, get his points in tight, make nice, efficient moves to the rim.
Horton Tucker, the pass to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
No doubt. On the scoreboard, in the body language of the players, you can tell which team is in complete command.
Here's Mann. He's covered by Matthews. And there's the foul. It goes on Wesley Matthews. That's his first foul. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. And it's George finishing it off.
Well, you love the tenacity. Paul George cannot be contained when he gets near the 10.
It's Schroeder with the drive. The 11-footer. Morris finds Schroeder. And there's the 3-second call. This one on the defense.
One shot.
And the technical free throw is good.
Yeah, much improved foul shooter. KCP also starting to get to the line at a higher rate.
And the Clippers making a change here. Williams is checked in. And Gasol slams it in.
And you can feel the excitement in the building. Both of these teams pouring it off.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
George passes to Zubac. Outside for George. Just 5 on the clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Zubac trying to break loose. That one's good. The Laker lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Paul George. And Schroeder's got the ball here for the Lakers. Batum with the steal. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. And he lays that one in. George has got 12 points in just the second half.
That's what you expect from your leader. Paul George stays calm and doesn't get overwhelmed by the moment.
Here's Gasol. It doesn't go for him. So the Clippers will take it the other way. And now the Clippers on the break. And George with the stop.
And
Wow, what a time to tie this game up, guys.
Incredible fortitude to bounce back like this. I think we're setting up for an awesome finish.
The drive by Schroeder. And the rejection by Leonard.
Well, the length of Kawhi Leonard twice on the lights with that 7'3" wingspan.
That puts them in the lead. George has got the lead up to 2 now for the Clippers.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Schroeder dishes to Gasol. Will it go? The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Gasol's got the game tied up here for the Lakers. Schroeder against Leonard. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. And now the fast break. Schroeder with the ball. Williams with the block. Leonard attacking. Count!
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
Schroeder passes to Gasol. Now here's Kuzma. It drops. He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
Beautiful touch close in. Kuzma excels at taking advantage down low.
And George kicks to Batum. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Here's Schroeder. Got it!
Wow, a huge play from Dennis Schroeder. You love the focus.
One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Outside for Batum, pulls up from the corner. Zubac's the pass to Leonard. Right between the eyes!
Absolutely no fear. Kawhi Leonard welcomes these moments. He relishes these moments.
And the Lakers call time here. They're trailing by 1. 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, always intriguing to see what a coach draws up in this situation.
What you want is to create a clean, high percentage look, if that's at all possible.
To present the New Balance Player of the Game, Paul George.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game. And it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
And this is Schroeder's game, right? Get off the dribble drive with a quick first step. Nice.
And the Clippers call time here. They're behind by 1. 5 seconds left in the fourth. What's your take, guys?
And this is it, guys. Down 1. They've got just enough time to work it around for a good shot, and it better be a good shot because it's the only shot they have.
Batum inside the three-point line. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good. And so it's the Lakers who come out on top here. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Rip City. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. We've got Kawhi Leonard, Luke Kennard out there with Jackson. Then there's Batum, and it's Zubac in at the 5 spot. And for the Trailblazers, we've got Damian Lillard, Robert Covington out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's Derek Jones, and it's Trent in at the 2. Now, here's Kanter. It's Covington on the wing. 5 on the clock. They grab their own miss, and the shot goes in.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Batum attacking. Passes it to Zubac. And Kanter pulls it down. And now here comes Jones leading the break. Lillard from outside. Covington. It's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Kennard, the pass to Zubac. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Jackson, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And it's pretty clear that Adam Silver would like to implement, Chris, a mid-season tournament. What do you think would motivate teams for something like that?
Man, it depends, Kevin. It could be money, or it could make the games count extra, or different seeding or position of seeding in the playoffs. These days, I guess it wouldn't hurt to try.
Up again, and Kanter able to finish.
He's one of the best per-minute rebounders in the game. Kanter gets a lot of his points this way.
Pass to Jackson. And here is Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Here's Lillard. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Give it up for the D. No fear. You risk getting posterized. You know what, though? But you still take them on.
Outside for Batum. Zubac in the post. Defended by Covington. Count it. Zubac has got his second bucket tonight.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you have to bring much faster help than that.
Now, here's Covington. After the miss from Damian Lillard. Back to Covington. Lillard outside. A second chance effort. It's deflected.
Well, he has to work harder to get a good high percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots out there.
Leonard, no luck.
Man, when the ball's in his hands, that's as high percentage as it gets. It's just a fluke miss.
Over in the corner, Lillard. Out of bounds. The Clippers take possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
So, for the Clippers, Patrick Patterson. He's checked in for Zubac. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Williams in for Reggie Jackson. Now here's Williams. He had 16 points in the win against San Antonio. From down in the low post, it goes.
What a scorer this guy is. Inside, outside, mid-range. Williams is capable of doing damage from anywhere.
Here's Simons. He's guarded by Williams. Kanter's shot is off.
Some very aggressive defense to prevent the easy lay-in.
Leonard, the pass to Patterson. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And no good. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Last time they came together was in Los Angeles, where they fell to the Clippers.
And they'll want to show that they're a much better team than they demonstrated last time out against these guys. At the very least, avoid another blowout.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't that a sloppy effort? I mean, turnovers were a huge issue. And they don't have to play safe tonight, but they do have to play smart.
It's checked in for the Trailblazers. And then for Los Angeles, Mann's checked in, and Georgia subbed in for Luke Kennard. It's McCollum with the drive. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Gotta respect the speed of McCollum. Fantastic at knifing through the defense and beating them to the bucket.
To the paint, here's Patterson, and it's Patterson finishing it off.
Oh, great flow to that possession. Two players totally in sync with each other.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
But they get it back. A three from McCollum. Cantor, the pass to Simons. And they pick up 2.
This is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Cantor. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
Outside, George. Pass to Patterson. Outside for George. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Oh, don't forget about this fella for a second. He is the definition of dangerous.
Shoots from 14. Again, McCollum missing.
Setup's good. That's the shot they're looking for, but you can't get them all to go.
Williams finds Patterson. Here's Mann. Down low. 4 seconds left. And the nice bucket inside from Patterson. Patterson's got 6 points.
Oh, that's a well-deserved assist. Not every player has the vision to make that feed.
And so it's Los Angeles with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We'll take a quick break and then back.
I think in the past, anytime I got into a rhythm and had a big game.
Right, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters, which is why they hold this lead.
The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Rodney Hood out there with Anthony, and it's Covington in at the 5 down low. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And Covington stays with it.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Stolen by McCollum. And now Lillard running the floor all by himself. The shot, no good. George with the defensive effort.
Hate to say it, but he's dragging them down. Not a single bucket this game.
Morris, no good. Trailblazers trail by 4.
Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy minutes player for the Blazers. Looked good as a third scoring option for the team.
Stolen by McCollum. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. And McCollum with the slam.
Ever the opportunity. CJ sparks a successful fast break with his quick hands.
George against McCollum. A nice shot by George.
And with Melo not having to bear so much of the scoring load, I think was good for him.
Yeah, especially since he took about a year off from playing. Melo had to take a long look in the mirror about how he can help teams win during his absence. But he clearly has something left to offer.
George against McCollum. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That's his first foul. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Trent's checked in. And then for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Patterson. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Williams. Back to George. Clock at 6. Goes back up.
Yeah, the anticipation from him. That's just fantastic work. Reading the situation and leaping up to swat it away.
And Lillard gets it to go.
I mean, it took him a long time to get into the flow of the game, but the points are starting to come for him.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Zubac kicks to George. Outside for Jackson. Man passes to Zubac. Here's George. That one off the back iron and out. Trailblazers have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Covington makes it off the glass. Covington's got the lead up to 4 now for the Trailblazers.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Outside for Jackson. Batum against Anthony. It's George on the wing. Clippers moving the ball around. Here's Zubac. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Zubac has got 6. Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, Wilson. Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school, and it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy, he would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
And it goes down 2 points.
Well, when Batum spots a wide open teammate, he zips the rock to him quickly. Just exceptional vision.
Lillard attacking.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to, but this team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
Simons, he's checked in for Robert Covington. Jackson passes to Zubac. Can't connect from short range. Trailblazers have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Oh, what a beautiful point!
Intensity, did you see that? Great. Hey, guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. Leonard the pass to Zubac. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
The 3 from McCollum. The shot missing. Here's Cantor. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. Dame Lillard, a player who's improved every year he's been in the league. Guys, as he gets into his 30s. That's all for now.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You've got to like what Ivica Zubac has done in this game.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And there's Jackson. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Zubac in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Three-pointer, Lillard. Here's Cantor. Back to Lillard. And then Lillard slams it in.
Lillard is capable of getting up to slam it home. You better keep him out of the paint.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They're off to San Antonio after this game, bringing their show to the AT&T Center. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. Here's Kennard. The shot that time, not on target. Excellent D from Cantor.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what?
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Leonard attacking. Here's Patterson. Fires the three. Leonard, no luck. Portland leading by 4. Three-pointer, Lillard knocks down the 3-ball. Lillard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
The outside shot of Lillard is pure. I mean, he always seems to have the look that's going in.
The shot's good.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Trailblazers have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
And once Lillard hits the ground running, he's ready to throw it down. The D has got to step in front of him to prevent that.
Inside, here's Patterson. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Patterson's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Oh, I love it. He's working the ball down low. Always a good plan of attack.
Lillard attacking. Lays it up and banks it in. Lillard's got the lead up to 7 now for the Trailblazers. The Clippers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Morris dishes to Patterson. Back to Morris. The pass to Kennard. Patterson inside. Over Trent. Back to Kennard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No good on the triple.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Lillard from outside. That one's not going to go. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Leonard, the pass to Morris. Back to Leonard. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And Patterson kicks to Leonard. Puts up a 3. Los Angeles keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. It's good from long range.
Well, there's no limit to Kennard's range. His ability to space the floor is valuable in today's game.
Lillard scanning the floor. Let's go. Again, the Trailblazers score.
And he delivers another blow. Something's gotten into him this quarter. He's carrying them offensively.
Outside Leonard. On the wing, Williams. Leonard finds Patterson. And Jones sends it back. And here comes the break. Always going up for the alley-oop here. It's stolen by Morris. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Patterson can't get it to go. Portland leading by 6. Covington dishes to Lillard. From deep 3-point range, it's hauled in by Los Angeles. Morris has got 4 rebounds in this game. That shot off. Excellent D from Cantor. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
All night long, Lillard has been taking over on the offensive end. I mean, adjusting to every defense they've thrown at him.
Williams passes to Patterson, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That is his first foul of the game. There's 18 seconds left to play in the third. Batum with the three. Pass to Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
McCollum fires from way outside, but they recover it. Missed. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trail Blazers. His production has been flowing as he's tallied 20 points and looks to be planning for more. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
This is where the NBA's headed. I mean, multi-dimensional big men. That was just a beautiful pass.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. We've got C.J. McCollum. Anthony is out there with Derek Jones. Then it's Enes Kanter, and it's Simons in at the point. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. And here's George. And it's George finishing it off.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
Lillard from outside buries the long-range jumper. Lillard's got 16 points here in the second half.
And you know what? He's shaking off the cold shooting performance from the first half.
From deep, George. They get it back. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Jackson against Lillard. Over Jackson. Again, the Trailblazers good for two.
Such a smart play. Lillard willing to take the jumper from the mid-range.
To the middle. Here's Jackson. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
Now that's how you lead your teammate into an easy scoring chance. I love that assist.
Lillard against Jackson. Lillard misses.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
George, no good. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for Portland. The feed to Jones. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Nifty move. Just 5 to shoot. And Damian Lillard with the bucket on the assist by Anthony.
Now, Lillard is a highly skilled scorer. He feels comfortable pulling the trigger from anywhere.
Right wing. Outside Jackson. Outside George. Off target from outside. Trailblazers leading by 9. Lillard with no one around. And another three for Portland. So many people know your story. Born and raised in Las Vegas. It must have been an amazing feeling then to lead UNLV to its only championship.
I mean, Kevin, you know, playing in front of so many people you know has its pros and cons.
Right.
But to be a part of that 1990 championship team and the only one we've been able to hoist and to have my jersey hanging in that rafter, it's humbling and yes, it brings back a lot of fond memories.
Like historically good, right? When you think of that team, what that meant, it has a historic place.
It does. We felt like we were able to etch our mark in terms of the lures of the game of college basketball.
Robert Covington's checked in for the Trailblazers. Williams attacking. And stolen by Lillard. Covington with it. And Batum picks him up defensively. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Covington.
And that's a gift if I've ever seen one. They've got to communicate much better out there.
Morris is checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Lou Williams. Here's George. The layup off target.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Awful display from him so far. But you know he's going to keep working to try to turn it around.
Punishing the rim there. When George makes up his mind he's going to dunk it, there is not much you can do.
Count the basket. Lillard's got the lead up to 12 now for Portland.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here. Trying to give the opposition no life at the end of the tunnel.
Here's George. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
And look how quick on the draw George is. The moment he's got the ball, he's in motion for the shot.
Cantor, the pass to McCollum. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. McCollum's got 4 points in the quarter. Clippers trail by 12. Morris looking over the floor. She's over Covington. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Morris passes to Zubac. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Robert Covington picks one up. The free throw drops for Zubac. Good checked in for Derek Jones. Both good from the line that time. Portland's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Trailblazers.
They simply ran them off the court.
They set the pace, and their transition game was executed flawlessly.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be number 26 on the year.
And with this win now, we're all square, 1-1. 2 more games yet to come in what's proving to be a very competitive season series.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Lillard.
No fatigue in this fella tonight. Tireless, grinding out every possession and leading their offense.
Well, this one is winding down now. Portland can watch the clock run out. Lillard dishes to Hood. Lillard with it.
Nice work on the glass, but his defense was even better. Really has an impact on that shot.
And so it's Portland winning this one. It was up for grabs. Right, David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and through. And before
Kevin, thanks very much.
Much needed indeed, David. Thank you. The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. Robert Covington out there with Jones. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Trent in at the shooting guard. And for the Lakers, Caldwell Pope out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. Then there's Markieff Morris. And it's Gasol in at the pivot, manning the middle. Makes it off the glass.
Finding an opportunity inside. It's a good read by Marc Gasol. He's one of our high IQ players that we have.
Here is Lillard. Kanter. It's rebounded by Gasol. And so Gasol will bring it up for Los Angeles. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there, and I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
You know, sometimes great skill can overcome a lack of intensity, but it's very rare.
And so here's Portland after the miss from Dennis Schroeder. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Kyle Kuzma. That's his first foul. Greg, how hard is it to maintain focus this time of year when you know you're on a championship contending team?
You know, some of that I think depends on the leadership you have in your locker room. Certain guys just keep everybody engaged and motivated. And you know what? You've got to break the season down into chapters to help yourself with the motivation, because sometimes that season can be so long and it's hard to stay focused in the present when you start thinking about the postseason.
I agree. And Portland has possession following the bucket by the Lakers.
And he can score from all over the court. But Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area. But sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Force them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
Now here's Schroeder. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against New Orleans.
And not only was he creating for himself, he was setting up teammates with good shots.
Here's Lillard. Following the basket by Markieff Morris. Kanter trying to free himself up. They get it back. Got a piece of it.
Though he won't block a lot of shots, Kyle with terrific defense that time read that one all the way.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Lakers shooting their first free throws of the game.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Lakers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And the former Utah Ute, Kyle Kuzma, can play either forward spot as a good blend of Smitty of size and speed.
Yes, Kevin, but right now I prefer him at the 4. The reason why, he can stretch the floor, but he can attack a lot of those big forwards. And his shooting, it will get consistent as the years go on.
Here's Lillard following the bucket by the Lakers.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Now here's Schroeder. His scoring average sitting at 15 points a game right now. That's a pretty sizable contribution. Here's Harrell. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got 3 assists now in this one.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Here's Lillard. No good on that one. Great D that time from Harrell.
He's doing what he can to help them cut into this lead. His shot just isn't quite there tonight.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Already ahead by double digits, trying to run away and not look back.
You won't find too many players with a better understanding of the pick and roll than Lillard. He runs that set to a T.
Now here's Schroeder. The putback, Harrell on the follow.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
They came in prepared, focused, and really jumped on the other team early.
Don't let his height fool you. Lillard can rise up with the best of them.
Los Angeles leading by 8. 51 seconds left here in the first quarter. Schroeder passes to Harrell. Score the basket. His fourth. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Lillard attacking.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
Schroeder dishes to Harrell. It's tipped. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it, the fast break chance. And Kanter throws it down.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
Lillard against Schroeder. The pass to Harrell. 2 on the clock. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Lakers lead by 8. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports.
I think it comes from the end.
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast. As the second quarter getting going right now. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
We've got Montrezl Harrell. Also, Marc Gasol is up. And it's Caruso in at the 1 spot. That's the Laker 5. Passes it to Caruso. Outside for Gasol. Just 4 to shoot. Over Anthony. Gasol no good. And so Hood will bring it up for Portland. Trailing here by 8. Coming off that loss against the Nets.
Yeah, you know they wanted a few of those plays back. What a tough way to go out in that one.
Yeah, they came in with a purpose. Gave everything they had. It just wasn't quite enough.
Matthews passes to Gasol. And it's good for 2. Gasol's got 6 points.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Pass to Simons. He kicks to McCollum. To the inside. Good on that shot. And with that, the Los Angeles Leafs cut back down to 6. They get the basket from Anthony.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Caruso, the pass to Matthews. Lakers passing it around. Here's Gasol. The offensive rebound. Harrell. And another shot. Inside. Well, it was only a matter of time that they finally get the bucket. 12 points for him.
Dominating in the scoring column. Something Harrell can do for you now.
McCollum, no good. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That is his first foul of the game. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for the Lakers. And a switch here also for Portland. Giles is checked in. Caruso, the pass to Gasol. Right side, Jones. Rebounded by the Lakers. Gasol's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Well, Greg, with your son getting drafted, you joined the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duo.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid.
No
now
kidding.
He's an all-star last year. And, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly head to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad, it's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that's done. And the Lakers making a change here. Schroeder's checked in. Trailblazers trail by 10. 1:49 left now here in the second.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Rodney Hood. That is his first foul of the game. There's 1:40 left in the second quarter. Now here's Harrell. He's guarded closely.
And they're losing their concentration here, guys. Just sloppy with the ball.
Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Lakers leading by 10. Schroeder outside.
And that's foul number 2. Maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Lakers shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
And you know, Dennis Schroeder, from the moment he came into the league, showed tremendous confidence. He's never been the type to back down.
Well, you know, teams look for +6s, players whose wingspans exceed their height by a half foot. Montrezl Harrell is a 6'7" player with a 7'4" wingspan. If you're struggling with the math, ladies and gentlemen, that's a +9.
Schroeder passes to Harrell. That's good from Schroeder on the assist by Harrell. Schroeder's got the lead up to 12 now for Los Angeles. Lillard looking around. No good from outside. The Lakers have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter, over 60% shooting. The Lakers have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. That's good from Schroeder, and the Lakers making a change here. Horton Tucker's checked in. Schroeder hits them both.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Lillard attacking, and then Lillard slams it in.
Refuses to let contact deter him from scoring. I'm a fan of Lillard's willingness to challenge defenders.
Schroeder against Lillard. Unloads from 13. Portland grabs the miss. Cantor's got 4 rebounds in this game. That one, no good. Good work defensively by Morris. And here we go. Fast break. Kuzma's got it. And that one's good. Schroeder.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each. What a start for Montrezl Harrell. He had 14 points, 6 rebounds.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You know, guys, Montrezl Harrell has been exceptional here.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
Why go away from something that's working? Force the defense to prove that they can stop it.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. They've got Enes Kanter. Derek Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Trent in at the 2 spot. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Back to Gasol. Shot clock at 5. Schroeder against Lillard. And that one's good. Schroeder's got 12.
You love the calmness of Schroeder with the clock running low.
And Gasol sends it back. And it's the Lakers on the break. Morris with the ball. Kuzma left side. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. A fantastic mobile 1 block. This one deserves another look.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
And here is Los Angeles now. Jones trying to get open. Second shot opportunity. And Jones sends it back. And he recovers it. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. 14 points for him.
We talk about Schroeder's toughness. Just shrugs off the hit and keeps on going.
Lillard. A putback. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Only 1 for 4 in this half. Sometimes it's execution. Sometimes the shots just don't go down.
Left side Gasol. Back to Schroeder. The feed to Gasol. There's the dish to Schroeder. Second chance shot. Got a piece of it. And he gets it back. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. 15-point game. And the dunk by Covington.
Using that athleticism to convert the alley-oop. Covington is simply a difference maker out there.
Schroeder passes to Gasol. Caldwell Pope outside. Kicks it to Morris. Down low. And finished off by Gasol.
Marc Gasol probably never won any dunk contest, but he can still put you on a poster.
Trailblazers trail by 15. Now here's Lillard. 17 points in the game. Chalk up 2 there. Lillard's got 19 points.
He is a scoring machine right now, but he needs more support from his teammates if they want to win this one.
Schroeder outside. Pass to Gasol. He dishes it to Caldwell Pope. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
The big fella loves to pass. Marc Gasol with the vision and court awareness to do it from anywhere on the floor.
And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Now that's what I call a momentum changer.
Yeah, when you've got a point guard, that kind of spring, no lead is safe.
You're totally right. That can be a shot in the arm for them. A spark that turned things around.
And stolen by Lillard. Here we go, one-on-one. From downtown. The rebound by Caldwell Pope. Caldwell Pope's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Outside Gasol. And it's Schroeder in the corner. Outside for Gasol. Morris inside. He's against Cantor. Los Angeles shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. And the first one at the line is good. A different look now for Portland. Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for Robert Covington. McCollum comes in for Derek Jones. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Here's McCollum. Fouled on the shot and picks. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Trailblazers trail by 12. .27 seconds left in the third. Cantor kicks to McCollum. Shot clock at 6. The drive by Cantor.
And I really like the physicality that Cantor plays with. Getting fouled is the least of his concern.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And, you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Lakers leading by 10. Here's Caruso. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And he gets it to go.
That's just good basketball. Can't ask for a better look.
McCollum with the ball. It's deflected, and he's able to get it back. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Lakers on top, up by 12. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Morris is out there with Montrezl Harrell. Then it's Matthews, and it's Caruso in at the guard position. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. They double-team McCollum. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to lose.
That's a solid blueprint. Lillard's checked in for Portland. Count it. Lillard's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
And the pass to Caruso. Lakers passing it around. Now here's Matthews. Tight defense on him and not going to let him. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Derek Jones, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Outside for Gasol. Back to Caldwell Pope. Harrell the pass to Kuzma. And Anthony sends it back.
And that's an important rebound, especially on a night where the board work has not been their best.
Count it, and the Laker lead has been cut down to 10 on the bucket from Damian Lillard. Lillard against Schroeder. Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. To the paint. Here's Harrell. They grab their own miss. Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. Kuzma finds Schroeder. Another shot. And it's good on the layup. And the Lakers lead by 12.
You know, when Dennis Schroeder gets hot, he can take over.
Over in the corner, Lillard. Here's Cantor. Kicks it out to Lillard. From deep. A rebound by the Lakers. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Schroeder against Jones. And there's a whistle. That'll go on Derek Jones. That'll be his second foul of the game. Markieff Morris is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. And a switch here also for Portland. Giles checked in for Enes Kanter. Bucket is good. Schroeder's got 4 points in the quarter.
He comes off screens like it's an agility course. Schroeder as elusive as they come.
Lillard from outside. Here's Giles. Banked in off the glass.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Schroeder against Lillard. Caldwell Pope outside. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Anthony. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. The lead now in single digits.
I don't think the range surprises anyone anymore. CJ can shoot the lights out from any position.
Lillard against Schroeder. Gasol inside. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals. 5 for 8 in the game.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for Los Angeles.
What do you think was the deciding factor in this one?
I think you have to look at their field goal percentage. They just shot the ball much better than the opponent, and they were getting great looks all game long.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
And they put themselves into the driver's seat in regards to the season series with this team. Tonight's win will give them a 2-1 edge with only 1 left to play.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was from Montrezl Harrell.
You know, he was flying around on both ends of the floor. Terrific energy and enthusiasm. And that rubbed off on his teammates. I thought he was a catalyst tonight.
Kuzma against Jones. Caldwell Pope dishes to Gasol. Kuzma passes to Gasol. And finished off by Gasol.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
Now Caldwell Pope passes it to Schroeder. Back to Caldwell Pope. Deflects the pass. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. A confident win and one where they cleared. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it.